If nostalgia has ever made you sad, or if you have ever been sad about growing older, turning a new age, new number, and you're like, oh my God, this feels so much older than I was before, then this video is for you. I am filming this from the house that I love and have lived in for a very, very long time. I cried earlier today because of nostalgia, and I just think it's such a powerful feeling. And I think that something that we're going to talk about is that science has shown that nostalgia is actually experienced differently by different people. Some people see it as more happy, some more sad. Unfortunately, I am in the latter. We're going to talk about this. We won't get too sciencey. Another thing we'll talk about is the Buddhist notion of clinging, which I think is really important as well. And by the end of the video, I am going to share 2 or 3 insights that has really helped me reframe nostalgia and a love and missing of the past so that it is a little bit less sad and less heavy. So, not trying to make this too heavy of a video, but I do think it's really an interesting topic and something that all of us, obviously, it isn't like a niche topic. Like, every single person is going to experience this in their life. So, there's something about new beginnings that feels heavy, and not because they're bad, not because we don't want them, but because every new beginning asks us to say goodbye to something: a house, a version of ourselves, a city, a friendship, a job, a routine, a season of life that once felt permanent. And with goodbye comes nostalgia. And nostalgia, it's such a strange emotion. It's one of the few feelings I truly don't think fits into a happy or a sad box. It's both, honestly. It's warmth and ache, gratitude, grief, love, and loss. And for many people, nostalgia feels cozy. It's like a soft smile, a sweet memory. Unfortunately, I oftentimes do not experience it like that. But the interesting thing is that I learned that this is highly depending on who you are. So, quick side note, if you do enjoy the video, please like and subscribe and stick around. Trying to cover growth, mindset improvement, productivity, and I will continue on right now into some of the science. So I do have a psychology research background, and one of the things that I know about nostalgia is that across most people, they do see it as a positive emotion. Guess I am in the outlier, because in terms of bittersweet, I really do feel it's more bitter. I guess this might just be, I don't know, it's just like a very, I just feel like it's so sad, like you miss the past so much. Guess it's just a personal thing. I have read, though, that personality traits like high neuroticism or attachment anxiety, or just depending on your current mood state, or if you have a mental illness, it can shape whether nostalgia feels comforting or painful. For me personally, I think that it might be like a high neuroticism thing or something like that. But yeah, I just feel like I feel it so deeply, and I miss the people that, are from the past, or the things and stuff, and it just feels kind of sad to me. For some, it acts as a psychological resource, though, like a warm reminder of love and belonging. For others, especially during periods of loss or transition, it can intensify feelings of longing, regret, or grief. But for some of us, nostalgia hits deep. It can feel almost unbearable, like your chest is holding something too big for it, like you want to go back, not even because it was perfect, but because it was yours. And when you feel it deeply, growing older can feel scary as well. Time passing can feel like something is being taken from you. But here's a reframe that has changed a lot for me. If you ever yearn for the past, if you ever feel sad about getting older, remember how lucky we are to have time pass. So many people never got to have time pass at all. So many people didn't get to grow older. They didn't get more birthdays, more chances, more times to reinvent themselves. Of course, time passing can be bittersweet, but isn't it beautiful and amazing and exciting that time is passing, and aren't we so lucky for that? So that is one thing that has really helped me in reframing nostalgia. But time not passing is infinitely sadder, as I have already alluded to. Every wrinkle, every chapter closing, every remember when is proof that you are still here, still becoming, still evolving, still being given more life. And that is not something to resent, that is something to honor. Now, here's the second truth about nostalgia. Yes, the past is beautiful, but so is the future. We romanticize what was because we know it. We survived it. We understand its shape. Even the hard parts have been softened by memory. But what about the future? The future is unwritten, and that's terrifying, but it is also magic. Every time you say goodbye to something you love, like a home, a school, a city, a partner, a job, a version of yourself, you are standing at the doorway of reinvention. Now, I'm jumping around here, but one quick thing that I want to say is that I don't remember where I had it written down, but I said something about the fact that we soften the bad parts. And I do actually think that this is true. I think it depends. Like, I consider myself a really positive person. So I think sometimes I only remember positive parts. So maybe that's why I have higher nostalgia. And then, I guess that's something that's maybe an interesting angle on it, because like I know that I know somebody who I would say is very not nostalgic, and they are a little bit more of a pessimistic person. So I wonder if that does have something to do with it. It is kind of interesting. But yeah, anyway, moving back on to my outline. So you are standing at the doorway of reinvention, and truly that is really exciting. So new patterns, new habits, new friendships, new inside jokes, new coffee shops, new routines, new ways of thinking, new strengths you don't even know you have yet. You're not just losing something, you're being given raw material, and you get to create again. And that is so, so exciting. And here's something fascinating that I personally have noticed, that have you ever gone on like a 2-week vacation and then another time you've gone somewhere for just a weekend, or you did go, it was 2 weeks, but you went like in multiple different hotels or Airbnbs or something, and somehow the weekend or the time where you stayed at many different accommodations, it somehow felt longer and fuller. Sometimes the shorter trip feels like you saw more, did more, felt more, and that is because novelty stretches time. So when we change environments, our brains pay attention. We encode memories more vividly, we remember more detail, it feels richer. But when everything stays the same for long stretches, the days blur, the weeks compress, time feels fast because nothing marked it. So here's the paradox. Change means more hellos and more goodbyes. And yes, of course, that can be sad, but change also means more memories, more vividness, more life lived in high resolution. If we resist every goodbye because it hurts, we may accidentally resist the very thing that makes life feel expensive. Nostalgia doesn't need to be eliminated, it needs to be honored and gently balanced. Instead of, I wish I could go back, try, I'm so grateful I got to experience that. Instead of, everything was better then, try, what that chapter changed me for what's next. Instead of clinging to the memory as proof that the best is behind you, hold it as proof that beautiful things are possible for you. You created those memories once, you can create them again. And maybe that's what new beginnings really are. Not erasing the past, not replacing what was, not pretending it didn't matter, but carrying it with you while still moving forward. Now, a quick aside, talking about Buddhism and specifically clinging or grasping. It is basically a fundamental concept in Buddhism representing the mental attachment to objects, views, or the self that acts as a primary cause of suffering. It sustains the cycle of rebirth, or samskaras. I actually am scared that I'm mispronouncing that, so please don't quote me on that, and signifies a deep-rooted, often subconscious reaction of craving. You might have heard people talk about it in relationships before, basically, but you can have it with objects, with places, with things. Clinging, it makes you unhappy. That's my TLDR. And it's basically about letting go, and letting go will give you freedom. This is the most oversimplified note that anybody could ever make on it. So if it interests you, look it up. But I found it really, I think it ties into this, because I think it's very easy to cling onto material things or houses or places or things. So softly combating nostalgia doesn't mean becoming cold. It doesn't mean not caring. It doesn't mean rushing through grief. It means allowing yourself to feel the ache and still stepping towards what's next with happiness. Because this life, this beautiful, fragile, temporary life, is meant to move. Chapters close, doors open, people come, people go. You change, you grow, you outgrow, you begin again. And if you are lucky, time will keep passing. So honor the goodbye, bless the chapter, feel the nostalgia. A goodbye is a hello, and then when you're ready, turn the page. There is more waiting for you than you can possibly imagine. And at the end of the day, life is lived in the moment. And that is all you can do, is live in the moment. And even though you may miss the past, back then you were living in the moment, you were enjoying it. And isn't it awesome that you got to enjoy it? And now you get to enjoy so much other cool, fun, new stuff. So I hope that helped anybody that has maybe struggled with nostalgia before as well. I think it is literally one of the most complex emotions and not talked about very much. So I hope that it helped someone, and all the best.